The hottest team in professional baseball plays tonight here in Evansville as the Otters set their 8-game winning streak against the Windy City Thunderbolts. Everybody, I'm Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday evening, and you're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Remember that Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Speaking of the Home Team Network, they are the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. So check out Home Team Network today to sign up and get a front row seat to every Otters game this season. Well, it's been a season of ups and downs, and right now we're in the midst of the biggest up of the season. Evansville currently in the midst of an 8-game win streak that started back on August 13th in Mississippi. Extended through the final 2 games in Mississippi. And then a weekend sweep against Joliet here at Bosse Field. And then the sweep against our division rival, the Washington Wild Things, setting them up for a big matchup this weekend with Mississippi, has brought Evansville to a 8-game win streak. They are just one short of their all-time best winning streak, which is at 9. It's happened twice in the Otters' history. Once was back in 2008. The other one was back in 22 during the great Matt Wills season. So Evansville just one game short of matching that today, and they got a big chance to do it as they have Braden Scott taking the mound. And man, what more can you say about Braden Scott? I say it every time he makes a start, but every time he looks fantastic, especially at home. Last 2 starts here at home, he's gone 7 innings in each of them. Both of them were shutout performances. He struck out 11 on an August 5th match against New York. And then his last time out here at Bosse Field against Joliet went 7 shutout innings, striking out 13 batters with no walks. He enters this game 6 strikeouts away from tying the single-season Otters strikeout record, 7 away from breaking it. Has already become the franchise leader in strikeouts this season. He tries to add some more accolades to his excellent Evansville career. This is a rematch between the 2 starters from the game back on August 10th. Braden Scott made the start in Windy City. This is probably, you look back, one of his worst outings. Went 5 1/3, gave up 8 runs on 10 hits. Windy City was able to figure him out, but again, we've talked about this. Braden Scott at home is just a completely different monster. He has been excellent here at Bosse Field, and that's a game that you still look back and you wish you had won. You were able to put up 11 runs in the game, but unfortunately, some bad defense. 15 runs were scored off of Evansville pitching, but only 10 of them were earned. So again, defense really did not help themselves out there. But as I mentioned, Dante Maeda, who was the starter in that game, will go, and Evansville hit him really well in this one. He went 4 innings, giving up 6 earned runs on 9 hits, 5 walks, and just 3 strikeouts. Keenan Taylor hit 2 home runs off of him. But sandwiching that game, he has a couple of shutout performances, 5 innings against Washington back on the 5th, and then in Gateway, back on the 16th, went 6 shutout innings, as I mentioned, in Gateway. He's won 3 of his last 4 starts. Windy City has won each of their last 4 starts, so hopefully Evansville can try to match what they did against him today, and Braden Scott can go out there and give us another gem. Again, Braden Scott here at the ballpark has just been unhittable. And who else would you rather want on the mound trying to match the franchise record in wins? In the same season that they came just 1 loss short of tying the all-time worst losing streak, they are now just 1 win away from tying the all-time best winning streak. Talk about ups and downs. Got their 2nd road series win against Washington, and it was an interesting game for those that were a part of it. Evansville jumped out early after scoring 5 runs in the first 3 innings, including 3 runs in the 3rd. A couple of home runs from L.J. Jones and Keenan Taylor, and then we had that ejection of Kobe Foster, who was on the mound for Washington after he plunked Stephen Paolini, who had a home run against him earlier. and then the benches cleared, and after everything settled, Evansville had a 5-3 lead. Washington did come back to tie it, and we went to the 9th inning with the game tied at 5. Evansville scored a run in the top half of the 9th. Fortunately, Washington responded with a run of their own. Then we got to extra innings where Evansville was able to score after J.J. Cruz singled just inside the first base bag. That gave Evansville a 7-6 lead in the 10th inning. Head to the bottom of the 10th after a leadoff single put runners at first and third with no one away. Nick McAuliffe really locked in, struck out back-to-back batters, and got a ground out to end the ball game, getting Evansville their 35th win of the season. They are now 13-32 on the road this year. They are 6-6 on the road in the month of August. They are 5-1 here at Bosse Field here in this month. They are 11-7 overall this month. And I talked about it near the end of July and at the beginning of August, is that they were setting themselves up for what could be a really fun, final month to the season as this young squad starts to get some big wins and some big momentum boosting wins. And they have really piled it on. They've played some really good and fun baseball. And even when this team has been behind, they found ways to make pushes and try to come back. And you look back at that August 10th game, they ended up losing, but it's another great example of that. Came into the final inning down by 7. Not only did they put up some runs in that inning, they got the tying run to the plate. That was in the form of Logan Brown. He almost able to put something into the gap or even over the wall. That would have made the game a lot more interesting. Unfortunately, Evansville wasn't able to come out on top in that one, but you start seeing some of those late game heroics and some of those pushes really pay dividends in some of these wins here in August. And it's felt like a completely different team here. And, why not go out there and get some big wins here in this series? Well, we'll take a short break and we're back on the Papa John's pregame show, talk about the starting lineups and a little bit more about the starting pitchers here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Welcome back to Bosse Field. Evansville taking their 8-game win streak here back home for their final 6 games of the 2025 season. First with a 3-game set against the Windy City Thunderbolts. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday evening, and you're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Remember that Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Speaking of the Home Team Network, they are the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. So check out Home Team Network today to sign up and get a front row seat to every Otters game this season. As we wind down the stretch of the 2025 season, enter game 88 of 96 in the single digits of games left. Man, has time really flown by, and has time really flown by in the month of August. Been a lot of fun baseball. Obviously, when you're winning a lot of games, obviously on an 8-game win streak, but 11-7 overall in the month. You are 5-1 here at Bosse Field. A 22-20 record overall at home, and this team's been a lot of fun to watch. a lot of fun to watch recently. Man, it's been a lot of close games. Saw that just last night in the game against Washington. Went to extra innings. The first extra innings game at EQT Park that Washington lost. Evansville was able to finally crack through there and get a big win. Nick McAuliffe, obviously the huge save. Had runners at first and third with no one out, able to squeak out of that and keep the lead in the 10th inning, giving Evansville a big win and extending their win streak to 8. And for the first game of 3 here against the Thunderbolts, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Thunderbolts, it'll be headed by the shortstop James Dunlap, batting second, and in center field, Michael Sandel. Batting third and at first base, Dara Ruiz. Batting fourth in DH, and Christian Kuzimka. Batting fifth and out and left, Oscar Saratos. Batting sixth, the switch-hitting right fielder, Cam Feltz. Batting seventh and at third base, Garrett Broussard. Batting eighth and at second base, the former Otter, Josh Gibson. And rounding out the lineup, the catcher, Zach Beadle. Mentioned it a little bit earlier in the pregame show, but the starter tonight for the Thunderbolts is Dante Maeda. He enters this game with a 5.46 ERA in 13 appearances. 9 of those have been starts. In 52 2/3 innings, he's thrown 41 strikeouts and walked 31. We saw him just a couple of weeks ago in Windy City. Evansville hit him really well. Just 4 innings, he gave up 6 earned runs on 9 hits, 5 walks, just struck out 3. Had a couple of home runs from Keenan Taylor in that game. We'll obviously watch as he's in the lineup tonight. But around that, he has been excellent for Windy City. Back on July 30th against Florence, went 7 1/3, giving up just 2 runs. And then on August 5th at Washington, went 5 scoreless innings. And then on August 16th at Gateway, went 6 scoreless innings in his last outing. So hopefully Evansville can stick to the trend that they set, and they're able to hit them well and get some runs early for Braden Scott, as this is a rematch between these two pitchers. Back on that August 10th game, it was Dante Maeda versus Braden Scott. Both the pitchers didn't look like their normal selves, especially Braden Scott, who only went 5 1/3, giving up 8 runs. But as we mentioned, he's been a different monster at home, the starter for Evansville tonight. In his last outing here at Bosse Field, he went 7 scoreless innings, striking out 13 batters, not walking a single one against Joliet. Gave up 5 hits in that one, and then his start against New York back on August 5th, he went 7 started innings in that one as well, striking out 11. He enters this ballgame just 6 strikeouts away from the Otters' single-season strikeout record set by Andre Simpson back in 2005. The all-time franchise leader in strikeouts, trying to cement his legacy even further as he enters this game with a 3.59 ERA on the season. Tries to keep this hot Evansville squad in the win column for yet another game. He leads the Frontier League in strikeouts this year at 132. And the offense that will be trying to give him an early lead will look as follows for Evansville. With the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce. He'll be playing first base today. First time we'll see him at first base. Batting second and in center field, Graham Brown. Batting third back in right field, JT Benson. Batting fourth and DHing, LJ Jones. Batting fifth and at third base will be Keenan Taylor. Batting sixth and in left field, Stephen Paolini. Batting seventh and at second base, J.J. Cruz. Batting eighth and catching, Cohen Wilbanks. And rounding out the lineup, back of the lineup, is Crix Tavares. Just want to talk about the 3-4 spot here for Evansville. J.T. Benson and L.J. Jones both had excellent weeks in Washington. J.T. Benson had 3 3-hit games, good for 9 hits. He got on base 13 of 14 plate appearances against Washington. They just could not get him out, and that included a couple of intentional walks, setting up L.J. Jones in big spots. And well, he came through. He finished with 9 RBIs in the series after getting 4 in the finale. Had a big hit when they walked to face him in the 9th. He came through, and hopefully they can come through again here at Bosse Field. Time for the starting lineups given to you by the always great Zane Clodfelter. I'll give you him here on the Otters Digital Network.
Leadoff batter, the first baseman, number 10, Dennis Pierce. Batting second, the center fielder, number 24, Graham Brown. Batting third, the right fielder, number 9, JT Benson. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 20, L.J. Jones. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 12, Keenan Taylor. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 34, Stephen Paolini. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 17, J.J. Cruz. Batting eighth and catching, number 23, Noah Wilbanks. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 18, Chris Taveras. Pitching for the Evansville Otters, right-handed pitcher, number 8, Brandon Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protect it, and pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, with the singing of our national anthem, this evening performed by the one, the only, Zoe Urbina.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, so we are here with our national anthem. Tonight's game ball is delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
It's time for baseball here at Bosse Field as Braden Scott takes the mound. He'll pitch to Colin Wilbanks for the first time this year. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repairs. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repairs, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Friday evening baseball, first week of high school football. Still got a pretty decent crowd here at Bosse Field. Chance to witness some history. Scott enters this game just 6 strikeouts shy of the single season strikeout record for Evansville. Obviously the Otters trying to match the longest win streak in franchise history as well. And it'll be a fun way to do it here at Bosse Field. Again, a very, very nice crowd forming as Scott starts his warm-ups on the mound. Talked about how he's just been so good here at home. He's made 10 starts at home, and in those 10 starts, he has a 5-1 record, pitched to a 2.15 ERA. 84 of his strikeouts have come here at this ballpark. And one of the big things is that his walks are way down, just 28 in 62 2/3 innings. So when he's pitched here, he has been so good. Back in the Beersies tonight, because why not? I mean, this team has been on a roll, and they've been wearing the Beersies, so wear them out till they don't got the magic anymore. This lineup for Windy City was able to get to him last time they saw him, but as I mentioned, he's got the juice of the crowd behind him. It just adds another element to his game. Wilbanks throws it down to second, and then we will get started here in the ballpark. Much cooler here in Evansville, just 80 degrees, man, after how hot it had been after that, and it feels good. Feels great here at the ballpark. Some shade coming in from the ceiling out in the field, so some sun out in the outfield, but infield mostly covered in the shade. The shortstop, James Dunlap, will be the first to meet Scott. And we're going to wait for the first base coach to run over to his spot before we get underway. Here comes Dunlap to step into the right-handed batter's box. The southpaw Scott agrees, winds, and delivers first pitch to him. finds the zone for strike one. Gets started at 6:35 exactly here this Friday evening. Some clouds throughout the day, but the sun is out right now. 0-1 pitch, can't catch up to that fastball. And Scott out in front of Dunlap 0-2. Again, it's so important for Evansville to jump out in front early. Again, they've played really well from behind, but we would love to give Scott an early lead. When he gets a lead here in Bosse Field, he has been locked down. We saw it the last couple of games he's pitched. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Went to the fastball. Even threw it harder. That one at 90 miles per hour, but missed it high. Count now 1-2. Mentioned that this is the first game that Wilbanks will be catching Scott, as that one is foul tipped out of the glove. Count still 1-2 to the shortstop for Windy City. Again, not that he's pitched any better with one catcher or another, but the 1-2 pitch is popped up right side. Benson over towards it. He'll find his way under and bring it in for out number one. That's how we get started at the ballpark with a fly out to right. And with one away, it'll be Michael Sandel, easily the most dangerous hitter in this lineup for Windy City.
Second in center field, 12, Michael Sandel.
Sandel, over his last 6 games, batting .450. The team leader in home runs with 16 on the season. He has 15 doubles. Overall in the season, batting .289. First pitch, misses low for ball one. Scott works quickly. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one finds the zone, back in the count at 1-1. Wilbanks' catcher ERA this year, easily the lowest out of all 3 catchers. Obviously, has caught less innings than the other 2, but at a 3.83. 1-1, line towards the right side. Pierce able to glove it over there, taking himself for out number 2. First attempt looked good for Pierce. Saw him over the week at Washington, taking some pregame practice over at first. Give him the first shot here, and difficult place to play at Bosse Field, but he made it look easy there. The 2-away, it'll be Darryl Ruiz. Ruiz steps in. First time he'll face Braden Scott this year. First pitch just misses high for ball one. Crew tonight, home plate umpire Robert Moreno. Bat over at first base is David Ortiz. At third base, Trevor Klosterman. 1-0 front door breaker finds the zone. Make it 1-1. Defensively for Evansville, you got Keenan Taylor at third. Crix Tavares at short. Second base, J.J. Cruz at first. Dennis Pierce, another front door breaker. And that one say is going to hit him. Maybe just made contact, but
Batting fourth, designated hitter, 14.
Either way, there is a 2-out base runner for the DH Christian Kazimka. Both these teams starting this game at 35 and 52. Scott sets, delivers first pitch to Kazimka. Fastball, inside corner for strike one. Finishing the defense out for Evansville out in left, Stephen Paolini, and center Graham Brown. Out in right, JT Benson. 0-1 pitch finds the zone. Back-to-back inside corners. Counts 0-2. Same outfield we saw in the series against Washington, and again with this outfield. The speed they have out there, they can cover almost all the gaps. We saw it out in Washington. Scott sets, look over at first base. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike three. Blew the fastball up and out of the zone. First German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. He is through the first inning. Scoreless. We'll head to the bottom half here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community.
To the bottom of the first inning we go. Still not up at 0 after the scoreless frame from Braden Scott. It'll be Dante Maeda on the mound. Behind the plate, Zach Beadle. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. The Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce, playing first base tonight. Again, first time we're seeing him there, and well, he looked good in that first inning. He will start off against Dante Maeda, who hit him to lead off the game he played in Windy City. He'll come set, deliver from the stretch, first pitch swinging. Big swing from Pierce, but can't catch up to it. He'll start behind 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Pierce. That one fouled directly back, heading right towards me for the fence. Count 0-2. Pierce currently in the midst of a 30-game on-base streak. He's able to get on base. Ties what Mindham had before he was traded. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, broke the curveball on him. And there's quickly one away here in the first.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 24, Graham Brown.
Next up will be Graham Brown. Brown was off to a blistering start in August before last couple of games in Washington kind of halted him in his tracks. First pitch, can't get to it. Starts behind 0-1. You know, obviously both of them ended up going 0-5, but had some really good at-bats in that game. Just couldn't find any hits. 0-1 inside. Able to get out of the way, make it 1-1. Brown entering the game with a .269 batting average, 11 home runs, 25 doubles. 1-1 pitch on the ground towards short. Dunlap will round it, pick it up, and throw to first. High, but it is snagged by the first baseman Ruiz, who puts the tag on Graham Brown for out number 2.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 9, J.T.
Kind of a lax throw there from Dunlap, almost cost him, but Ruiz able to corral it in time. And with 2 away, it's up to J.T. Benson. Benson against Maeda went 1 for 2 with a walk, a double, and a strikeout. First pitch to him, misses low for ball 1. Again, this Otters team found ways to score against him. Mentioned Keenan Taylor hit 2 home runs against him. Benson had a double. Graham Brown had 3 hits against him. 1-0 inside, almost got Benson. Just setting himself on the inside part of the plate, make it 2-0. Mentioned that Benson had an incredible week against Washington. 3 hits in each of the games. He reached all but 1 time. That pitch misses low. Now it's 3-0. They kept him off base the first time he went up there. And then he reached every single time after that. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Takes that one all the way. That one finds the zone. Make it 3-1. His average back up to 302. His OBP up above 400 at 416. He's exploded here into August. The 3-1 delivery. Taken inside, ball 4. 2-out base runner for Evansville. Thanks to a Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. That will extend the inning to L.J. Jones. Jones against Maeda singled once and walked twice against him.
Number 20, L.J. Jones.
Mentioned the 3-4 spot for Evansville had big weeks, and L.J. Jones in the 4-hole, he was that big week. He went 5 for 13, had 9 RBIs on the week, including a couple of home runs. Benson leads off first base, takes a big jump, but stays there. A pitch misses outside for ball 1. Benson has shown the ability to steal bags at a high rate, especially as of late. Him and Paolini have both been excellent at that. We'll see if he wants to take off here and put a runner in scoring position if possible. Maeda sets and delivers the 1-0. Finds the zone there, slipped a little bit on the mound. Still able to control it enough to find the zone, make it 1-1. Now Maeda is messing a little bit with in front of the mound where his landing zone. Seems okay, content with it. So he looks into his catcher, comes set after looking at first base. Delivers the 1-1. Swings through that one, does Jones. Can't catch up to it. Another big swing from Evansville. Count now 1-2. Again, Maeda, even though he struggled against Evansville, has been pitching really well as of late for Windy City. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball misses outside. Great take from Jones. Make it 2-2. Again, Maeda fresh off an August 16th performance where he went 6 scoreless. Trying to match Scott's 0 in the top half. Comes set, count 2-2. Benson leading off first base. He takes off. Pitch is high. Not handled by the catcher, Beadle. That's a stolen base for JT Benson.
Stolen base, courtesy of Epic Insurance Midwest, a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball.
And the count runs full to L.J. Jones. Seen that a few times from Evansville. You get 2-2, 2 away, and try to take the bag there. Beadle just couldn't handle the ball, couldn't make the throw. Would have been close either way. Benson's 22nd stolen base this season in 24 attempts. Keenan Taylor awaiting on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Low and wide for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Another Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. Now it brings up Keenan Taylor, who in his first time against him went 2 for 3 with 2 home runs.
The third baseman, number 12, Keenan Taylor.
And man, would it be awesome to alight this Otters crowd on fire early as Bosse Field continues to fill. Benson leading off second base, L.J. Jones on first. Both of them reached on walks. Maeda sets, looks back at second, and delivers the first pitch to Taylor. Finds the inside corner for strike 1. He'll start behind 0-1. Taylor, another guy who had a great week in Washington. A home run last night's game. Scored a couple of runs, couple of hits in the second game of the series. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one misses inside and low. Evens it up at 1-1. Taylor's hits in 7 of his last 8 games. And 3 RBIs in the finale against Joliet. 1-1 pitch out in front of the off-speed. Benson going to try to take third as the ball gets away. Throw is not in time. Takes advantage of the ball that didn't really get that far away from Beadle. Jones followed suit. And now there are runners at second and third with 2 away. But a 1-2 count to Keenan Taylor. Benson's aggressiveness pays off. Hopefully Taylor can answer it for him here. Sets, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, took the curveball outside corner. And that will do it for the Otters here in the first. get a couple of runners on, but strand them. Through one, still knotted up at 0 here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WIIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome.
Through the first here at Bosse Field. Friday evening of baseball again, stands still filling up. Really decent crowd here for the Braden Scott start. Again, a big night for him. He's now just 5 strikeouts away from the single-season franchise record, and Evansville just 1 win away from tying their all-time win streak at 9. It's happened twice before, once in 2008, once in 22. And in a season like this that has had so many ups and downs, that month of July was really tough. It'd be awesome to hit a really high up here, but hope the offense will be able to come through for Braden Scott. Scott on the mound so far did hit a batter. Other than that, went 1, 2, 3 in the first. He'll face Oscar Serratos here in the second. Serratos against Scott got 1 hit and also got a triple off of Scott. Hopefully looking to have better results here as Scott against Serratos. Here's the first pitch to him. Foul tip back in the glove. Another fastball for Braden Scott. He's out in front 0-1. He's been using that a lot so far. The first time through the lineup. Getting a Scott with a guy who's able to mix up a ton of different pitches. He balls another fastball by him up at 90 miles per hour right now. Scott is feeling that heater. Count 0-2. Hasn't really had to use the curveball or the slider, any of the off-speed pitches. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Serratos, check swing, fouled up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts to 0-2. Again, Serratos tried to check his swing there, went, but still was able to make contact. Serratos with a 209 batting average this year. The 0-2 pitch fouled off again. Count still 0-2. Serratos fouled off a couple of tough pitches. Obviously, a lot of the offense had big games against them in that finale. Serratos was definitely one of them. Next 0-2, just able to make contact again. Tried to pull a string on him at 71. Just threw his bat out there and made contact with it. Serratos, since that big 3-hit game in the finale against Evansville, just 1 hit. As he takes that pitch, strike 3 looking. Blew the fastball by him. There's 1 away. The second German American Bank strikeout of the game for Braden Scott. With 1 away, it's up to Cam Feltz. Feltz, who was batting leadoff back when we were with back in Windy City. Down in the 6th hole tonight, switch hitting right fielder. Went 2 for 11 in the series against Lake Erie. First pitch takes that one at the letters for strike 1. Again, Scott wheeling and dealing right now. Working so fast, haven't had time to talk about the immense amount of playoff games going on in the Frontier League right now. 0-1 on the ground towards short. Ferris will play it on the ground. Throw to first is going to be in time. That'll be 2 away here in the inning. Talked about Mississippi and Washington being set up for a huge series. Mississippi just 3 games back now of Washington for the second wild card spot. Washington entering on a 7-game losing streak after being swept in back-to-back series by Quebec and Evansville. Currently, they are up 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd against Mississippi, however. First pitch to Garrett Broussard finds the zone for strike one. Broussard was scratched before game one in Windy City and was placed on the IL, so didn't play in the last series. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Scott. Went fastball there, but missed it high. Just lost control of that one. Broussard in his fourth game back from the IL as he pops that one up to the right side. It's going to get up and out of play. Count 1-2. Still searching for that first hit since coming back. But a couple of games in a Gateway, couple of games against Lake Erie, didn't get a hit in any of those. Foul back for Broussard. Was able to make contact with the fastball. Count still 1-2. Had 15 at-bats over those 4 games. Didn't manage a hit, didn't manage to reach base. Scott shakes once, agrees, winds, and delivers the 1-2. Just missed inside. Count 2-2. Scott wanted that pitch, but did just miss inside. Count now 2-2 for Broussard. Here's the wind and the deliver. Breaker stays high. Count runs full. Back-to-back pitches all around the zone, but just can't quite get the chase. Can't get the call. Broussard entering with a 176 batting average. Payoff pitch. Line to center. Brown initially struggled to read it. Now coming in on it, and it's going to drop in front of him for a 2-out base runner. A bloop single, the first hit off of Scott in the ballgame. First hit for either side. And the inning will continue to Josh Gibson, the former Otter who played 2 games for Evansville here at Bosse Field. Played against these Windy City Thunderbolts before being traded over there. He'll step in with a 222 batting average. First pitch misses just inside for ball 1. Scott sets, looks over at first base, delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one finds the zone at the letters. Make it 1-1. Gibson, since that finale against Evansville, just 2 hits in 8 games. That one foul back for Gibson. Now he's behind 1-2. Another batter down in the count. Had Broussard here, but Broussard worked it back, eventually fought off a flare into center field. Seen Gibson's ability to work counts and draw walks. Scott comes set. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Gibson can't catch up to the fastball. Second German-American Bank strikeout of the inning. Third of the game for Braden Scott. And we are through the top of the second here at Bosse Field. Evansville will come to the bat trying to give him the lead here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
We head to the bottom of the second here at Bosse Field. Evansville try to break the deadlock. Still knotted up at 0. Obviously still early. Evansville had a couple of runners in scoring position back in the first, but stranded them after Taylor struck out looking. Maeda trying to find some better results here against this Evansville squad, who last time really just had his number, with just 4 innings, giving up 6 runs. This is the second time he faces Evansville. First time came out as a reliever. Went an inning and a third, gave up just 1 earned run on 2 hits, a walk and a strikeout. Guy doesn't strike out a ton, does walk more than he would like. Again, already 2 walks for him. Does have a couple of strikeouts as well. And he will face the left fielder, left-handed hitting Stephen Paolini. Paolini in the finale against Washington. Washington hit that solo shot that at that point made the game 3-2 in favor of Washington. And then his next at-bat got plunked, and that started the whole mayhem that happened on the field. First pitch to him, misses low and away for ball 1.
The left fielder batting 6-34, Stephen Paolini.
He's had some bad luck, but he's worked some good at-bats so far. As Maeda sets and delivers, that pitch misses high, make it 2-0. You get a spot here that you would love to see him try to set the tone for Evansville. Paolini was not with the team during the Windy City trip. He joined during the Mississippi road trip that happened after. 2-0 pitch, called strike 1 on the outside edge. Count now 2-1. 2-1 on the ground towards short. Dunlap will bobble it, can't handle it. Off the glove, and Paolini will reach. Boots that one, and Evansville gets a leadoff base runner, and you'll take that. Still no hit, but 3 base runners so far, and now J.J. Cruz will step in trying to follow that. Cruz, the RBI double that won the game for Evansville in the finale against Washington. First pitch finds the zone. He'll start behind 0-1. Paolini got a big jump, but decided against running. Again, Paolini has not been caught stealing as an Evansville Otter yet. He's stolen 3 bags. He's just stolen 4 bases. I had my number wrong. Maeda sets, delivers. Paolini takes off. Pitch misses outside. Throw down is not in time. Paolini safe that one into center field, but it will not advance him anymore. And a stolen base for Paolini, his 5th already during his young Otters career. He's 5 for 5. And now here comes McCauley and the trainer, Mandy Flegg, to take a look at him. Looks like he may have jammed his left hand into the bag. And he has been a terror on the base paths. Back in the finale, started that mayhem. Also in the extra innings portion of the game, he laid down a sac bunt that advanced Keenan Taylor to third. He will stay in the game. Everything checks out all right. Now J.J. Cruz will hit with a runner in scoring position. Count 1-1 to him as that pitch missed wide. Cruz entering this game with 11 home runs, 10 doubles. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swings through that changeup. Big hack from him, but came up empty. Count 1-2. Paolini leads off second base. Otters trying to strike first. Here's the 1-2. Popped up left side. Over towards it is Broussard, giving it a look, but it will get up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count still 1-2. Cruz had hits in each of the final 2 games in Washington, went 1-4 in both of those. Again, the big RBI double that put Evansville out in front 7-6. Nick McCauley would be able to hold it in the bottom half. Here's the next 1-2 delivery. That one misses in the dirt. Couldn't get him chasing. Make it 2-2. Again, 11 home runs for Cruz on the season. 8 of them have happened on the road, so just 3 here at Bosse Field. Cruz in that finale against Maeda did go 0 for 2 with a sac fly. 2-2 pitch misses wide, count runs full. You'd love to see him either work a walk here and keep the pressure on or find some open grass in the outfield, or even just work a productive out and advance Paolini to third. Here's the payoff. Swung on and missed out in front of the curveball, and there's one away in the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Maeda. With one away, it will be Cohen Wilbanks stepping in. Wilbanks continues to work his way on base at an extremely high rate, a 450 OBP. Here's the first pitch to him. Swings that one, fouls it off, and he'll start behind 0-1. Started all but one game. There's appeared in all but one game, I should say, since that finale against Mississippi. Maeda sets, looks back at second, delivers the 0-1. That one on the line towards second, over the head of Josh Gibson. Paolini had to wait. They're rounding him. They're waving him home. The ball is not handled out in the outfield, and the Otters jump out in front 1-0. Cohen Wilbanks comes through with an RBI single just over the head of Josh Gibson. And now Crix Taveras will follow, trying to keep this momentum going. Again, Evansville got helped by the error, but they take advantage. Taveras will step in. He didn't play in the finale against Maeda. First pitch to him, misses low for ball 1. The Otters so far, first time through the lineup, have reached now 4 out of 8 times. Again, once was on an error, but either way. Here's the 0-1, or 1-0, sorry. That pitch misses wide, make it 2-0. Taveras on the season are 12 hits. During his 14 games, 5 of them have been doubles, including a 3-double effort here at Bosse Field against New York. 2-0 pitch. That one finds his own outside corner, giving a little bit as the home plate umpire. Count 2-1. Taveras, the left-handed hitting shortstop, trying to keep this second inning going for Evansville. 2-1 line to center. Off the end of the bats, forcing Sandel in. Still coming in. He's going to be able to bring it on the run, avoid a collision with Josh Gibson. There's 2 away. So with 2 away, it'll be the Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce. Pierce struck out swinging his first time up. Hopefully Evans will be able to get to Maeda here a little bit more their second time through. First pitch on the line, past the third baseman, into left field for a base hit. 2-out single to extend the inning, put a runner in scoring position for Graham Brown.
Center fielder, number 24, Graham Brown.
Again, Brown, his first time against Maeda. Batting in the 3-hole, went 3 for 3 to start that game against him. You'd love to see him try to get into a hit here and extend Evansville's lead. They have 1 in this inning, lead 1-0. Did take advantage of the mistake from the shortstop Dunlap. First pitch misses high for ball 1. First time up, Brown grounded out too short. Maeda sets, delivers the 1-0. That one softly into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. That one wasn't deep enough to score him. But that will load the bases as they play station to station. Back-to-back two-out singles. Hits in 3 of the last 4 batters will extend the inning to J.T. Benson, who walked his first time up.
The right fielder, number 9, J.T. Benson.
Start to hope maybe this was starting to feel similar to what happened last time. Just took them a little bit extra time to get going, but if they can add some more runs here. Bases loaded for Benson, the hottest hitter in this Otters lineup. He's now reached base in his last 14 plate appearances. After drawing a walk to start this game, him and L.J. Jones both walked their first time up. We'll see how Maeda attacks Benson here. Benson steps in. Maeda looks into his catcher. Agrees and comes set. Wilbanks leading off third. Pierce off second. Brown off first. First pitch swinging. Broken back. Pop up right side of the infield. Gibson over towards it. He snags it for out number 3. So the Otters strand the bases loaded here in the second, but they do get a run. They take a 1-0 lead into the third here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Through 2 here at Bosse Field, Evansville leads 1-0. Took advantage of a mistake from the shortstop Dunlap to score their first run of the game. But so far in the first 2 innings, they've stranded 5 base runners already. You really hope when you look back later in this game that those potential runs don't come back to haunt you. Zach Beadle will lead it off for Windy City here in the third before the top of the lineup comes back up. Scott still on the mound. Struck out 3 through the first 2 innings. First pitch swinging for Beadle. Can't catch up to the fastball. Start behind 0-1. Again, Scott utilizing the fastball much more than we've seen in past starts. 0-1, popped up right side. Benson over towards it. He's going to give it a look. That one's going to get out of play. Count 0-2. But again, Scott, a guy who can mix up the off-speed really well, mix up even the faster pitches with more of a sinker pitch, more of a riser, change speeds. He can get up to 90 miles per hour, drop down to 86. Now here's the 0-2 pitch to Beadle. Fastball taken just high. Count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Beadle. Backdoor breaker. Looked good, but didn't get the call. Count moves to 2-2. Again, that's where you wanted that pitch. Home plate umpire Robert Moreno not giving it to him. Scott Shakes once. Agrees, winds, sets, delivers a 2-2. Fastball. Another one just above the zone. Count runs full. Spin all around the zone. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him on that one. Blew the fastball by him again. German American Bank strikeout number 4 for Braden Scott. There's one away here in the third, as James Dunlap will come up to the plate.
Strikeout batter, shortstop 7, James Dunlap.
Dunlap flew out to right field his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. That one on the ground towards short. Tavares plays it on a hop. Throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away. So after a long at-bat against Beal, earns a strikeout. That one a one-pitch ground out. 2 away, it'll be up to Michael Sandel, who grounded out to first his first time up. Washington now in front of Mississippi 4-0 for our own selfish purposes. Gateway in front of Florence 5-3. Schaumburg is beating Lake Erie 3-0. A lot of big matchups. First pitch to Sandel. Finds his own inside corner, strike 1. Scott looks in, winds, and delivers the 0-1. That one misses low, make it 1-1. Joliet out in front of Tri-City 5-0. Maybe partied a little bit too hard last night after clinching their playoff spot. New York out in front of Down East 3-2. They need that win. 1-1 popped up, foul out of play. Count 1-2. They currently stand a game and a half out of the wild card spot behind Ottawa, who has rocketed into that spot. They're currently up 2-1 against Brockton. Those two teams will face off the series after this. Will Ottawa and New York. 1-2 pitch on the ground towards short. Tavares had to go back towards it. Backhand, strong throw to first. In the dirt. Good snag by Pierce, but Sandel able to beat it out for an infield single. And for the third straight inning, a 2-out base runner. So Scott has not been able to work a 1-2-3 inning so far. Pierce, another good play over there at first. Good snag to keep it in front of him. Bring up Darryl Ruiz. Ruiz was hit by a pitch his first time up. Again, big playoff implications with a few of the series going on. Scott stares down Sandel at first. First pitch to Ruiz, finds his own outside corner for strike 1. Scott has allowed a 2-out base runner in each of the 3 innings so far. Hopefully nothing more here in the third. Scott looks over at first, now delivers the 0-1 pitch. Front door breaker, not giving it. Feeling the squeeze from home plate umpire Robert Moreno. Now Wilbanks having to talk with the home plate umpire because that's a pitch that you need to get called. Counts 1-1. Scott looks over at first base. Throws over to first base. Nothing doing. Sand over at first with 18 stolen bases in 22 attempts. Scott sets, delivers the 1-1. Fastball misses outside, make it 2-1. This Windy City team, a team that loves to run second stolen bases this year, 161 of them. Evansville, they've raised a little bit, up to 13th on the season. Again, mostly it's been JT Pinson and Stephen Paolini. Scott sets, delivers the 2-1. In the dirt, good stop by Wilbanks, but now the count 3-1. In danger of his first walk of the night. The Otters currently up 1-0 here in the top of the third. Windy City. A couple of quick outs for the third straight inning, but for the third straight inning, got a 2-out base runner on an infield single. Another throw over to first, nothing doing. Second disengagement. Count still 3-1 to the first baseman Ruiz. He reached on a hit by pitch his first time up. Scott on the mound sets and delivers the 3-1. On a line to right, but right to JT Benson. He's able to bring it in for out number 3. So another 2-out base runner for Windy City does nothing. We'll head to the bottom of the third here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Into the bottom of the third we go. Evansville's going to have L.J. Jones, Keena Taylor, and Stephen Paolini. So far through the first two, they've stranded 5 base runners, 2 in the first inning, and both in scoring position, 3 with the bases loaded last inning. But hopefully they can take advantage of some opportunities here and extend the lead for Braden Scott. Scott, through his first 3 innings of work, has been clean so far. He's earned 4 strikeouts. The only damage done to him is by 2-out hits in each of his 3 innings. One was a hit by pitch, the other 2 were hits. First pitch to L.J. Jones swinging, but foul tips it off the glove. He'll start behind 0-1. Went for a big hack there, but came up empty. Okay, if you're just joining us, Windy City and Evansville both have played some really good ball here in the month of August. Both at 35 and 52 entering this game. 0-1, another big hack from Jones, but comes up empty. He's behind 0-2. LJ with 2 home runs over the series during the series in Washington, including 1 in the finale. Came off the starter Kobe Foster. There's the 0-2 pitch. Line to right, but foul up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count still 0-2. So it looks like he may have broken his bat. He's going to go get a new one. Not the first one for Evansville that has gone to the wayside. So he'll grab a new baseball bat, head back to the batter's circle. Evansville up 1-0, but as I've been mentioning, man, you had some big opportunities in those first 2 innings. You really don't want those to come back to haunt you later. Maeda does have Jones at 0-2, who walked his first time up. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, good take. Count 1-2 to the Otters DH. Mississippi does get a run. They now trail 4-1. Again, that's the big matchup. Mississippi just 3 games back of a wild card spot. 1-2 pitch. Popped up right side. In on it is Feltz. He'll camp under it and bring it in for out number 1. With that, sun has officially gone out of the field. Says the sun starts to set here on Bossy Field. Evansville in the midst of an 8-game winning streak, trying to keep it alive here against Windy City, who did just win a series against Lake Erie. Taylor steps in today. He 0 for 1, struck out looking his first time up. First pitch, checked his swing on a pitch that missed outside the zone. After that series loss for Evansville, Windy City took 1 of 3 against Joliet. 2 of them coming on the road, 1 of them coming at home. 1-0 pitch hit well to left. That sings Serratos back, but not quite back enough. It's off his glove. Taylor running first. He's going to try for 2. Throw's going to come in. It's not in time, and he takes advantage of another Windy City error. Oscar Serratos tried to make the lackadaisical play.
The left fielder, number
Didn't concentrate on it enough, and
Paolini.
for the second straight inning, Evansville now has a runner in scoring position due to a defensive mistake from Windy City. Now brings up Paolini, who reached to start the second inning due to an error. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. So third straight inning, Evansville has had a runner in scoring position. Trying to take more advantage of it here. Again, they did score a run last inning, but still left the bases loaded. 1-0 pitch, line to right, sending Feltz over. He dives for it, he gets past him to the wall. Taylor's going to score easily. Paolini rounding second. He's going to head for third. Throw's going to come in. It is in time, and he got him. Trying to be aggressive. But he does score Keenan Taylor. The Otters double their lead to 2-0.
Number 17, J.J. Cruz.
But man, it would have been nice for him to get into third. Again, trying to be aggressive there with 1 away. I like it. It's kind of like trying to steal a base. Strong throw in from Feltz and from the relay. Got him. It needed a perfect relay, and they got it. First pitch to Cruz. Swings out in front of that pitch. He'll start behind 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch misses outside, make it 1-1. So Paolini now has 5 hits on the season, and every one of those hits have come with including an RBI. How about that? 1-1 pitch popped up left side. Over towards it is Serratos. And he'll make the concentration grab in time there. And that will do it for the Otters here in the third, but take advantage of another error. Stephen Paolini doubles in Keenan Taylor, and they now lead 2-0 as Braden Scott enters the 4th inning here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Through the first 3 frames here at Bosse Field, Evansville leads 2-0. Beneficiary of a couple of Windy City errors is the other pitcher, Dante Maeda. Pitched through 3 innings. He has given up 4 hits, walked 2. Has stranded 5 runners on base, but he's given up 2 runs, both of them unearned. Stephen Paolini in his first at-bat reached on an error on a ground ball to short. And then Keenan Taylor out there and left. So Oscar Serratos not able to make the play. And again, these aren't even, these are legitimate errors. Sometimes errors can kind of get ticky-tack. These are just concentration mistakes for Windy City right now. And, of course, Evansville, who's in the midst of a winning streak, sometimes everything's going your way. You're going to take advantage of those, and they have so far tonight, thankfully. For Windy City, it's 4, 5, 6. Christian Kazimka, Oscar Serratos, and Cole Feltz. That first pitch finds the zone, and he starts out in front of Kazimka 0-1. It's Cam Feltz, and I did the same thing with Cole Fowler last night. I called him Cam Fowler. I just mixed those two up, I guess. 0-1 pitch. Ugly swing on that fastball. Try to go get a pitch up and out of the zone. Count 0-2 to the DH for Windy City. Again, Windy City has been great pitching as of late as the 0-2 pitch popped up right side. Pierce going to try to find his way under it. Still looking into foul territory over towards the fence. Not able to track it as it falls next to him. So Kazimka gets another life. Count still 0-2. But hitting for them has just not been their forte. They're 17th in average at 242, 17th in runs per game. Although, had some big games. Again, that 15-11 win over Evansville for them. So they have exploded for runs before. Next 0-2, that one popped up left side. Taylor out on it, so is Tavares. That one in foul territory. Tavares tries to glove it, and he does. Slick running grab for Crix Tavares, and there's one away. Had to cover a lot of ground. Obviously communicate with Keenan Taylor and then stay concentrated on that ball. With one away, it's Oscar Serratos. Serratos struck out looking his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Line to right, but foul. Make it 0-1. Four strikeouts for Braden Scott so far here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Fastball takes it outside. Count 1-1. Scott winds and delivers. 1-1 backdoor breaker. Gets the call on that one. Make it 1-2. Otters lead 2-0. Both unearned runs for the pitcher Maeda. That one's popped up out of play. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And again, it's one of those games you have to take advantage of the errors. Obviously, and that's been good, but haven't taken advantage of some of the extra base runners or the walks that Maeda has given up. You had the bases loaded in the second. You had runners at second and third in the first. Couldn't push across any runs on those situations. 1-2 pitch popped up behind the plate. Wilbeck's going to give it a look, but it's going to get out of play as well. Count stays 1-2.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
So far for Scott, it's been the fastball that's been his strikeout pitch. They haven't hit the off-speed pitch hard by any means, but they just haven't been able to make contact with the fastball. 1-2 pitch, there it is. Blew the fastball by him. Fifth German-American makes strikeout for Braden Scott, and there's 2 away here in the fourth.
Rank number 4, Cam Feltz.
Feltz steps in. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out. All 3 of the first innings had 2 out base runners reach. Scott trying to avoid that trend here. First pitch swinging, soft flare out to shallow right. In on it is Benson. It's going to drop in front of him. Can't avoid the 2 out hits. Third straight inning with a 2 out hit. Fourth straight inning with a 2 out base runner. Another one that just flares itself over the infield in front of the outfield. I mean, I don't think he's given up a hard hit ball yet. Or at least that's landed fair. Now steps in Garrett Broussard, who singled his first time up. was a long battle for him. His one was a soft flare out to center. Scott looks over at first base, delivers the first pitch to Broussard. Fastball taken for strike one at the letters. Make it 0-1. Sometimes it's been a strike, sometimes it hasn't, but Scott will take it when it is. He's been all around the black so far in this outing. 0-1 pitch fouled back from Broussard. Make it 0-2. He's had really good control of that fastball tonight. Feels like he's putting it exactly where he wants it. Again, back-to-back fastballs here. He's used that a lot. He's blown the fastball by on a lot of batters. Shakes Wilbanks off once, agrees and sets. Looks Feltz over at first base. Does have a ton of stolen base threat. He does take off. Pitch misses high. Throw down is not in time. Feltz just able to get in before the tag. Wilbanks a good throw. And so now a two-out base runner in scoring position. First base runner in scoring position tonight for Windy City. That fastball missed high. So the count is 1-2. Feltz getting a big lead off of second base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Broussard stays alive. He's gone 4 straight fastballs, has Scott. Again, Scott did not face Broussard first time that he faced Windy City. 1-2 pitch off the end of the bat, but foul. Count still 1-2. Didn't face Windy City all year. Now the second in 3 games that he's faced them. First time here at Bosse Field, however. Otters lead 2-0. Tying run at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just able to make contact on that one. Broussard stays alive once again. This is exactly what we saw from him in his first at-bat. Again, entering with a 176 batting average, a 262 OBP. He's had some good battles here. Scott looks back, delivers the next 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Blows the fastball by another. His 6th German-American Bank strikeout. It ties him for the single season amount of strikeouts that was set by Andre Simpson back in 2005. That was at 138. Scott now at 138. He's 1 away from breaking the record, but that will have to wait until the 5th inning for a short break here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
We head to the bottom of the 4th here, Friday night, under the lights now for Evansville and Windy City. Otters up 2-0, beneficiary of a couple of Windy City defensive mistakes. Again, just a couple of concentration mistakes, and Evansville's made them pay, but they could have had some more opportunities. So they try to add some more to their 2-0 lead. It'll be Cohen Wilbanks to lead it off here in the 4th. Wilbanks with an RBI single his last time up. Going to try to follow that here. First pitch swinging. Fly ball center field. It's going to send Sandel back a little bit. He will bring it in for out number 1.
shortstop, number 18.
Quick out here for Maeda, who, again, still hasn't given up an earned run in this outing. He'll face Crix Taveras here with one away. Taveras flew out his first time up. First pitch misses high for ball one. Taveras and Jackson have been kind of splitting time at shortstop. Really been the real split time, obviously, between the catchers as well, Felix and Cohen Wilbanks at this point. 1-0 pitch misses low, make it 2-0. And both of them have looked really good at different times. Taveras obviously had that excellent week, first against New York here at Bosse Field, and then against Windy City, at Windy City. And then Daryl Jackson, he's played some really good defense, had some big hits. He's 3 for 3 in ninth inning at bats. 2-0 pitch out in front of it was Taveras. He's hunting that 2-0 pitch, but a nasty one from Maeda. And the count now moves to 2-1. Maeda hasn't let the errors affect him mentally out there as that pitch misses wide, make it 3-1. At least not yet. He's kept his team in it through all the problems so far. He's in a dangerous spot here, 3-1 with the top of the lineup looming. Taveras trying to set the top of the lineup. 3-1 pitch, that one misses high and wide for ball forward. Wasn't even a competitive pitch. A Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. His first walk since the first inning. Now will get us back to the top of the lineup. The Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce.
Edward Jones, leadoff batter.
He singled his last time up.
Baseman number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Him and Graham Brown both seem to figure Maeda out. Both singled and back-to-back at-bats. He's been first pitch hunting tonight against Maeda. Here's the first pitch. That one finds zone at the knees for strike one. Taveras took a big jump over at first, but decided against going. Taveras leads off first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Pierce. Swinging popped up right side. Gibson out on it. Coming in on it is Felt, but Gibson will bring it in for out number 2. So outside of that walk, couple of quick outs for Maeda on the mound. He's trying to work quickly here, and now he'll face Graham Brown.
Number 24, Graham Brown.
62 pitches so far for Maeda in this outing. 3 2/3 innings pitched. Here's the first pitch to Benson. Taveras takes off. Pitch is called a strike, throw down, hops, and it's in time. And Taveras is caught stealing. Got a good jump, but just couldn't get in there in time. And so the Otters go down 1-2-3 in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth inning here on Bosse Field after a short break on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down Syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Head into the Buffalo Wild Wings fifth inning. Remember, bottle saps are now here. Visit either of Evans location, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. Braden Scott, 4 scoreless so far. He's looked really good. He's given up 4 base runners. All of them have come with 2 outs, though. And all of them, and again, the hits have not been hard hit at all. They've just found open grass. He's looked great out there. He'll face Josh Gibson to lead off this inning. He struck out swinging his first time up. Again, trying to keep Evansville's 2-0 lead, and he's looked great. First pitch, fastball misses outside for ball 1. Currently stands at 138 strikeouts on the season. 1-0 pitch popped up right side. Cruz out on it. In on it is Benson. Cruz will try to bring it in. It drops behind him. Gibson got a big lead off first, but he is able to scramble back in time. And a bad break there for Braden Scott as a runner reaches. One that you really want your defense to get, but Cruz not able to bring it in, so a leadoff single for Josh Gibson. And once again, it's another one that, by all accounts, really shouldn't be a single. We have to work around it. First pitch to Beetle. Swings through that one. Can't catch up to the fastball. Make it 0-1. Again, he's looked great here. Obviously, there's been some base runners in each of these innings, but you had some bloop base hits. You did have a hit by pitch that barely hit the batter. That one was a pop-up that landed. Quick toss over to first. Not in time. Gibson this year is 18 for 18. Looks like there's something on the field running out there. A squirrel. That animal will leave the park. And we'll get restarted here. Count 0-1 to Beetle. Gibson leads off first base. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt. Good stop by Wilbanks, making 1-1. Otters with a 2-0 lead, but it could be more. They stranded 5 runners in the first 2 innings, including the bases loaded in the second. Scott stares down first base, delivers the 1-1. Line to right, but foul. Up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count is 1-2 to Zach Beadle, the catcher, who struck out swinging his first time up. Scott and Gibson playing a game cat and mouse. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball taken high, 2-2. Scott didn't wait on that one. He just went immediately. He's doing a good job varying up his delivery speeds to throw off Gibson. Again, Windy City, second most stolen bases in the league. Scott staring down first base. Delivers the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and there it is. Number 139. The new benchmark for all future Otters to chase. The single-season franchise strikeout record. He's already the all-time leader in strikeouts for the Otters. And now he just adds another accolade to his batter's card, as he'll throw that baseball in to save it, and the crowd gives him a standing ovation. Strikeout number 7 breaks the record that was at 138. Was set by Andre Simpson back in 2005. Well, now that mantle's held by a new pitcher. It's Braden Scott. The former Indiana Hoosier, played for Jeff Mercer. Joined Andy McCauley, played a little bit with the Blue Jays organization back here with Evansville, and he is continued to be their star. First pitch to James Dunlap, finds the zone. Starts out in front of him, 0-1. And of course, that number will continue to grow as he's got this outing and at least one more to go this year. Runner takes off, got him picked off. Throw to second is in time, and they got him. Gibson trying to say he got his hand in there, but a great tag from J.J. Cruz gets the out, and there's 2 away. Scott gets the pickoff. They've been playing cat and mouse. Gibson was moving on first movement. Scott went to first. Gibson couldn't get there in time, and he's caught. It's two-way, no one on for James Dunlap, the leadoff hitter. 0-1 pitch, can't catch up the fastball, make it 0-2. He is 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out so far. Nice moment at the ballpark here. Obviously, the fans acknowledging that big moment. Now here's the 0-2. On a line, Cruz slides for it, throw to first, in the dirt. Pierce can't snag it, gets to the wall. Wilbanks backing him up, keeps Dunlap at first. Almost a really good play from Cruz, but just out in front. Pierce's first game over at first, not able to snag it. And it will advance the inning to Michael Sandel. That, by the way, the first time Josh Gibson's been caught stealing all year. But now another two-out base runner. And Michael Sandel at the plate, throws over to first base. Oh, first base umpire says he didn't get him. Another really good quick pickoff. It was close. Sandel still waiting in the first pitch. Here it is. Fastball at the knees for strike one. So far, Scott's given up 5 hits, but man, that does not tell the story of his outing. 2 of them have been infield hits. 2 of them were soft flares. The other one was a pop-up that just found open grass. 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. But he's worked around it. He's had just 1 runner in scoring position tonight, and he stranded all the runners that have reached. Caught Gibson stealing. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. There's 140. Might as well make it an even 140s. We're through 5. That's now 8 German-American Bank strikeouts for Braden Scott in this outing. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th after a short break here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. After the top half, Braden Scott set the new all-time Otters single-season strikeout record. He's the all-time leader in strikeouts already. He's currently the Frontier League leader in strikeouts as well. And he has delivered in another home game. He's pitched 5 scoreless. Evansville hoping to try to add to that lead. They do lead 2-0, but you would love to get some more against this pitcher, Maeda. Both those runs have come unearned. Try to put some pressure on him here. You get the good part of the lineup, Graham Brown, JT Benson, and LJ Jones. Brown singled his last time up. Benson, of course, has been absolutely on fire. Now we're going to get a meeting on the mound between Beadle and his pitcher, Maeda. As they chat, we'll take a look around the Frontier League a little bit more. Washington now up on Mississippi 8-2. Again, they're trying to extend that lead back out. If they can get a sweep, you're up to 6, and you essentially lock up a playoff spot. New York up 11-2 on Down East, but not helping themselves is Ottawa up 5-2 on Brockton. Beetle behind the plate. First pitch to Brown. Swinging, popped up right side. Ruiz over towards it in foul territory, but it's going to get out of play overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count is 0-1. Maeda sets on the mound, shakes and delivers the 0-1. Hard hit towards third, but foul. Make it 0-2. Pitcher who is in second with strikeouts, Braden Alleman, has finished his outing. He went 5 innings, struck out 9. He's currently 1 ahead of what Scott's at, but of course Scott's going to give you at least 1 more, if not 2 more innings. Currently, Quebec winning that game 2-1 against 3 Rivers. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brown. Breaker hit well to left. It's going to send Serratos back on it. It will be the center fielder. Sando calls him off and brings it in for out number 1. Put a good jolt into that one, but just hung up too long.
Number 9, JT Benson.
With 1 away, JT Benson stepping in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a pop out to the second baseman. Florence has tied Gateway at 5 in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Benson, misses high for ball 1. Benson, who had 9 hits in the series against Washington, trying to keep some of that going here. Reached his first time on a walk. Stole a bag and reached third on a wild pitch. 1-0 pitch low in the dirt, make it 2-0. Again, Maeda has had to work through a lot of traffic. Even without the errors, he's given up 4 hits. He's walked 3. Those 2 runs unearned because of a couple of defensive mistakes allowing those runners to reach in the first place. Here's the 2-0. Swings through that off speed. Tried to do some damage on that one, but just couldn't make contact. Make it 2-1. And some big playoff implications in the games going on tonight. Now here's the 2-1 pitch. Line back and foul. Make it 2-2. Again, New York and Ottawa really the big one. A game and a half back is New York. Those 2 teams will face off. Just want to stay as close as you can. The 2-2 pitch pulled the string on him. Disappearing act on that pitch. It's 2 away on that strikeout. So 2 away, it'll be LJ Jones trying to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Seen some big swings on this guy, but he's done a good job at mixing up these pitches and really tunneling that fastball versus the off-speed, the changeup that just disappears out of the zone. First pitch to Jones, misses high for ball 1. And then when runners have gotten on, he's locked down. That's been the difference. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jones. Fouled that one off. Big swing from LJ. Count now 1-1. Jones DHing tonight. He's played a ton of first base this year, especially after Mendham got moved to Quebec. Became the everyday first baseman. 1-1 pitch. Off speed misses low. Great take from LJ. Make it 2-1. Again, had a big week and really started with the guy in front of him. Just hitting the ball so well, they had to intentionally walk him twice and set up LJ Jones in some big spots, and he came through. 2-1 popped up, right side of the infield. Ruiz over towards it in the line, and that one is caught in time by Ruiz for out number 3. Jones was just running down the baseline, almost collided with Ruiz, but Ruiz able to stay concentrated, bring it in for out number 3. So the Otters go down 1-2-3 for the second straight inning, and that'll end the Buffalo Wild Wings' fifth inning. Remember, bottomless apps are now here. Visit either Evansville location, 545 Pearl Drive and 715 North Greenwood Road for details. Take a short break, and when we're back, we'll head to the sixth inning here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com.
Through 5 at Bosse Field, Otters lead 2-0. Braden Scott has shut down these Washington hitters, or these Windy City hitters. Still in Washington, man. So it was a fun week of baseball against the Wild Things. It's been a stressful night of baseball tonight. Again, a much better outing from Maeda that we saw in the first time these two teams met up. And now Darryl Ruiz will step in. He is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. Braden Scott into his 6th inning of work already has 8 Ks. He became the single season record holder for most strikeouts in a single season. First pitch line past J.J. Cruz, and that will be into center field for a base hit. And really that the first hit tonight off Braden Scott that was actually hit pretty well. Again, the one by Sandel was too, but it was stayed in the infield. That one's able to find some outfield grass, and now Scott will have to work around a leadoff base runner for the second time in as many innings. Tying run steps into the plate here at the top of the 6th inning in the form of Christian Kazimka. Here's the first pitch to him. Swings through that one. He'll be behind 0-1. He struck out and he's popped out. On the year, a 193 batting average, but does have 8 home runs. Here's the 0-1. Swings on that fastball up and in. No chance of catching that one. Counts 0-2. Kuzimka in his second year as a Thunderbolt. Played in 21 with Schaumburg. His hitting stats down this year. Scott looks over at first base, delivers the 0-2 pitch. Inside, Kuzimka tried to get hit by that one almost. Count 1-2. Last year had a 254 batting average, 11 home runs, 13 doubles. This year does have 8 home runs, but again, a 193 batting average. 1-2 pitch, able to just to foul that one off and stay alive. The 29-year-old finished up his college career back in 21 with the Augustana Vikings. Forgive me if I butchered that pronunciation. 1-2 pitch. Almost lost control of that changeup. Good stop by Wilbanks to keep it in front of him. Count 2-2. Runner at first base. Still no one out here in the 6th. Scott so far with 86 pitches on the night through just 5+ innings. 2-2 breaker popped up right side. Cruz over towards it. It's going to drop. Cruz can't really handle it. Throw to second. In time. Great snag by Crix Taveras. There might be some kind of interference play anyways. I think he was going to be out either way because the runner, Ruiz, had gotten in the way of Pierce. It was a great snag either way by Taveras over at second.
Left fielder 13, Oscar Serratos.
Either way, there's one away. And now here comes McCauley trying to get an explanation, but again, the interference would have been on Ruiz. Maybe they're trying to say that the runner should, or not the runner should be out, but the hitter should be out in that case. So McCauley getting an explanation from the first base umpire, David Ortiz, who made the call. Well, in the meantime, Swifties night at the ballpark. Didn't even mention it. A ton of Taylor Swift music going on. And now there is going to be a conference between the umpires. We'll see if they make a change to the call. It wouldn't be the first time that McCauley's gotten a call changed here against Windy City. Did it back in the second game of that series when Keenan Taylor hit a long ball to left, initially ruled foul. It was overturned to it being a fair ball and a home run. So as they have a conversation, again, Otters do currently lead, and they are going to rule him out. Now here comes Toby Hall trying to get the explanation. Again, with that, you can say that the runner is out, or sorry, the batter, excuse me, is out. But I also wonder what that means for the play, because, yeah, so they'll rule the batter out and the runner will go back to first. So it is an interference. So that is the right call there. What I was trying to figure out is that one person should still be safe. Just a matter of who is it. So the batter is called out on interference. Ruiz stays at first. So with one away, it's Oscar Serratos, runner still at first base. That one lined to right, Benson in on it. It's sinking fast, going to drop in front of him. Ruiz will stay at second base. Strong throw comes into second. Another soft hit off the bat from a Windy City batter. Now the runner's at first and second with one away. So just the second time tonight, there's a runner in scoring position against Scott. Again, 7 hits against Scott tonight. 6 of them have either been weak hits or they've been infield singles. Just one of them was hard hit off the bat. That was Ruiz in this inning. That was another one that was more off the end of the bat, but again, it's sometimes better to be lucky than it is good, and these Windy City batters have been lucky so far. Now brings up Cam Feltz. First pitch to him, swinging, popped up center field. Brown in on it, still coming in. Benson over towards it, and it's Brown who called off route number 2. No advancement from either runner, so quick out number 2 for Scott. Back-to-back batters he's just thrown one pitch to. And it'll bring up Garrett Broussard.
Third baseman, 6, Garrett Broussard.
Broussard on the night is 1 for 2 with an infield single. Sorry, a soft bloop single. And a strikeout swinging. Scott sets, look back at second, delivers the first pitch to Broussard. That one's popped up, out of play. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count is 0-1. Top of the 6th here, Otters lead at 2-0. They've been on the plus side of some defensive mistakes from Windy City, taking advantage of both of them. 0-1 pitch inside. Forcing Broussard to get out of the way of it, make it 1-1. It was a ball off the heel of Dunlap in the second inning that eventually let Cohen Wilbank score Stephen Paolini, and then in the third, Keenan Taylor hit one out to left. Serrato's not able to make the catch. He eventually scored. 1-1 pitch misses outside, make it 2-1.
That's CK is the lucky winner of the Swifty basket. That's CK that the Otters face.
Now the Otters have had a really good bullpen as of late. Garrett Crowley, who did not pitch last night, should be available if it gets to the 9th inning with a small lead. You'd like Scott to get you 7 the way he's been pitching. Here's the 2-1. Backdoor breaker. Not giving it. That one missed just outside. Make it 3-1. It's been a wide zone at times for Robert Moreno, but doesn't really seem to give it too much for the lefty arm. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Line to center. Brown's going to go back for it. Doesn't have to move too much, thankfully, and gets under it for out number 3. So Scott strands a couple. We're through 6.5 here at the ballpark. Evansville leads 2-0. They'll try to add to their lead here in the bottom half of the 6th after a short break on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. The Otters have gone 1-2-3 in the past 2 innings. Keenan Taylor will lead it off here in the 6th. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout his first time up. He reached on an error his last time and scored a run on the Stephen Paolini double. Since then, though, the Otters bats have been silent. First pitch to Taylor finds the zone for strike 1. Scott, again, has pitched 6 scoreless, but Evansville tonight just has not been able to quite add as many runs as you would have wanted. 0-1, breaker stays high, make it 1-1. Had some opportunities in the first couple innings, stranded 5 runners, but again, since that run scored and Paolini was thrown out at third, 1-1 stays high, count 2-1, good take. They've been set down in order. 7 straight. Terrace did earn a walk, but then was caught stealing. 2-1 pitch popped up left side, and on it is Broussard into foul territory, but it's going to get up and out of play. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count is 2-2 to Taylor. Taylor, who had a solo shot in the finale against Washington. Him and Dennis Pierce both with 12 on the season, leading the team. 2-2 pitch goes up and fouls it off. Turns on it, but way foul. Count still 2-2. Again, this team really in the month of July offensively, it wasn't that it was bad per se, it was just inconsistent, and you see that a lot with some of these young players. It's a ton of young hitters, but they've found some hot streak here in August. 2-2 pitch, gets his bat on it, grounds it to short. Dunlap picks it up, throw to first is in time. The first base umpire over there, David Ortiz, really had to think about it. It was a bang-bang play. There will be one away. Shortstop Dunlap, man, he's just kind of been whatever over there. Again, he just kind of took his time. He made it a lot closer than it needed to be. So with one away, Stephen Paolini will step in. He's 1 for 2. First pitch misses outside, 2-1. Hit a ground ball to the shortstop Dunlap, speaking of. And reached under an air, eventually scored. He scored a run. He's gotten an RBI. Otters lead 2-0. You'd love to add on. 1-0. That one misses outside. It's 2-0. Maeda starting to struggle a little bit, finding the zone. '83 pitches through 5 1/3 for him. 2-0 out in front. Tried to put a good swing on it, but couldn't hold back. Count 2-1. Again, another one of those nasty changeup from Maeda that just drops out of the zone at the last second. It's been fooling these Otters hitters all night. Haven't quite been able to square up the fastball. 2-1, pitch misses high and wide. Count runs to 3-1. Love to get on base any way possible. Maeda looks in, sets, rocks, and delivers the 3-1 pitch. On the ground sharply towards second. It'll be brought in by Gibson. Throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away. Went down to get that one. Well, he hit the ball hard. He just chopped it into the ground. We've seen him be able to go get those low pitches and send them deep before. Did it last night, but no dice there. And 2 away, it's up to J.J. Cruz. He's the final hope for the Otters here in the 6th, trying to avoid going down 1-2-3 for the 3rd straight inning. First pitch swinging, fouled it off, count 0-1. Searching for their first hit since that Paolini double in the 3rd. Haven't forced an earned run against Maeda. Again, both runs unearned for him tonight. 0-1 breaker finds the zone at the letters. Count 0-2 to Cruz. Cruz tonight, a strikeout and a flyout out to left. Maeda rocks and delivers the 0-2. Swung on and missed, couldn't get to the off-speed. So the Otters go down 1-2-3 for the 3rd straight inning. We're into the final 3 frames here at Bosse Field. The Otters still hold a slim 2-0 lead. Let's head to the 7th. We'll take a short break here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a Rockin' Extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com.
We head to the top of the 7th here at Bosse Field. Braden Scott's still out there. He's looked good for most of the night and hasn't given up too much hard contact, but he's been on the bad end of some bad luck. Fortunately, his defense has been able to hold him, and even though he's given up 7 hits, again, 6 of those either infield hits or bloop hits, he's only allowed a couple of runners in scoring position, still holds a 2-0 lead. He's pitched a shutout through 6. Again, realistic candidate to go through 7 each time he's out there, and no reason to pull him now. He'll face 8, 9, and 1, first with Josh Gibson. First pitch swinging, fouled up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Hez Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count 0-1. Gibson is 1 for 2, but his hit was a pop-up to shallow right field that you really hope your either second baseman, Cruz, or your right fielder gets. That pitch misses high, make it 1-1. He also struck out swinging. He ended up being caught stealing his first time this year after Scott picked him off. The Otters scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third. No one scored since. 1-1 pitch, can't catch up to the fastball. Make it 1-2. They just have not been able to pick up the fastball out of Scott's hand. I mean, again, they've just been behind on it all night. Count 1-2 to Gibson. Scott winds and delivers. Fastball, he went for it. Up and out of the zone, and he swung at it. German American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott, his 9th of the game. And there is 1 away for Zach Beadle, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Good sign for him here after last couple of innings, leadoff batters reached. So we'll get the first batter here, and now he'll face Zach Beadle, who's had his number tonight. First pitch swinging, fastball up and out of the zone. Out in front 0-1. Again, this fastball, they start picking it up. They're swinging at it out of the zone often. Beadle entering with a .217 batting average. 0-1. Just misses inside, make it 1-1. Even when it's in the zone, they're just so far behind. Scott Wines delivers the 1-1. Can't find the zone there. Now it's 2-1 to Beadle. Although Beadle struck out a couple of times, he's worked long at bats. A full count strikeout in the third, 2-2 count. He struck out in the 5th. Counts 1-2 or 2-1 to him here. Here's the delivery. Goes breaker, but wasn't fooled as that one missed inside. Make it 3-1. Scott with the pitch from behind, really just for the 2nd or 3rd time tonight. Hasn't had a pitch from behind too many times tonight. 2-1 or 3-1 pitch didn't mean to go, but he did. Count runs full. So he's got a full count on Beadle. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. 4,188. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3 at the letters. Mark it up as 10 German American Bank strikeouts for Braden Scott, and there's 2 away. Over 4,000 strong tonight at Bosse Field, rooting on their ace. As he's got 2 away here in the 7th, facing the leadoff hitter James Dunlap, who is 1 for 3 with a single. Here's the first pitch to Dunlap. Backdoor breaker finds the zone, make it 0-1. This is now the 4th straight home game that Braden Scott has thrown 10 or more strikeouts in. Takes a deep breath, winds and delivers the 0-1. Popped up into foul territory. Wilbanks gives it a look, but it gets out of play. Count 0-2.
Brought to you by Hez Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
He is over 100 pitches once again. Again, nothing new for Braden Scott on the mound. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses high and wide. Count now 1-2 to the shortstop Dunlap, who enters with a .316 batting average at the top of this lineup. Scott taking his time, winds and delivers. 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. So Dunlap not going down without a fight after going down 0-2. He's worked it back to even. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Scott. Backdoor breaker. Called ball 3, just couldn't find it. Count runs full. Scott now with the second straight full count. He winds and delivers the payoff pitch. Flared out to center. Brown coming in on it, and he's able to bring it in for out number 3. So Scott goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Bosse. Give you Zane Caldfelter for the 7th inning stretch here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Nicely done, get some runs. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the
Smile on Down Syndrome is celebrating 25 years of serving smiles to the Tri-States Down Syndrome community. Not only do we offer programming and support services, we sponsor annual events that give people with Down syndrome opportunities to be stars of the show at our World Down Syndrome Day Ice Cream Social and Talent Show, Christmas dinner, and our Smile Mile, which is a day celebrating our Down syndrome community, their families that involve the entire tri-state community, and the highlight of the year when individuals with Down syndrome really shine like a star among smiling supporters. Learn more and find your way to get involved and show your support at smileondownsyndrome.org.
Into the bottom of the 7th, Evansville trying to find something against Maeda here. He is really settled in. He has gone 3 straight 1, 2, 3 innings. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 for Evansville. Cohen Wilbanks, Crix Tavares, and Dennis Pierce. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas Macklin. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday night. Evansville searching for their 9th straight win on the season. Braden Scott has just pitched 7 shutout innings. His 4th straight home game where he struck out 10 or more batters. Wilbanks steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Here's the first pitch from Maeda. Misses low for ball 1. Still no action in the Otters bullpen. A little bit of loosening out in the Windy City bullpen, but nothing active right now. 1-0 breaker, misses high, make it 2-0. Couple of changes around the Frontier League. Florence now up in front of Gateway 7-5. Bad news for Evansville there, and Schaumburg out in front of Lake Erie 5-3. Big swing from Wilbanks, can't catch up to it. Make it 2-1. New York still maintains an 11-3 lead over Down East. A big win. They need Ottawa up 5-2 on Brockton. 2-1 misses low. Make it 3-1. If things were to stay where they're at, New York would still be down a game and a half to Ottawa. Mississippi looks like they're going to be down 4 games to Washington and really going to need to win the last 2 in Washington. 3-1 pitch out in front of the changeup. Tried to attack, but went after a pitch below the zone. Count runs full. And again, man, it's that changeup. It's just been nasty out of the hand of Maeda tonight. Some nights you don't have it. Just didn't have it in the day game against Evansville back in the finale in Windy City, but he's had it tonight. Pitch misses for ball 4, gets away, but not going to be any far enough for Wilbanks to advance even farther than first. It's a Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar, and a leadoff base runner for Evansville is now, here comes the Windy City bullpen starting to get up and get warm.
The shortstop, number 18, Crix Tavares.
Now to set up Crix Tavares. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Could be a bunt situation. Looks like the third baseman out there, Broussard, is playing in, kind of expecting it. Now he's way in, so he's fully expecting the bunt here. Crick squares around. Here's the first pitch. Puts it down right side. Beauty of it'll be the catcher takes it. Throw to first is in time, bit high, but brought in by the first baseman Ruiz. Wilbanks does get the second, so the sac bunt works. One away, runner in scoring position for the top of the lineup. The Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game, Dennis Pierce. He steps in 1 for 3, but you face the same guy 4 times. A guy like Pierce, he can make you pay. Obviously, Windy City did sell a ton at the deadline. Rydell, for instance, out of their bullpen, but they still got some good arms in the back end of that pen. First pitch swinging popped up right side, but out of play. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Count 0-1. Looks like barring any late change, they're going to let Scott go in 8th inning. The way he's pitched this year, the way he's pitched tonight, why not? Oh-1 fouled off, make it 0-2. The Otters up by 2. You'd love to add a third run. Wilbanks in scoring position. Second time tonight he's gotten himself into scoring position. Maeda comes set, delivers the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Can't find the changeup. There's 2 away. Now it brings up Graham Brown. He's also 1 for 3. They hit back-to-back singles in the second. Again, still no hits off of Maeda since the 3rd inning with the double from Stephen Paolini. The Otters have earned a couple of walks at the bottom of their lineup, but that's been it. Here's the first pitch to Brown. Takes that one low for ball 1. Try to get him swinging at the off-speed just below the zone. And again, he's placed it where he's wanted to tonight. And he has not missed many, if any, in the zone. Maeda sets, delivers the 1-0 to the Otters center fielder. Fastball blew it by him. Count at 1-1. Maeda looks in to his catcher Beetle, agrees and sets on the mound. Looks back at second base, takes a deep breath and delivers the 1-1. Line to right, but foul. Make it 1-2.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Brown had an insane start to the month of August. A couple of 0 for 5 games to finish the series in Washington. Slowed him down a little bit, but still been excellent for Evansville here. Trying to get a big hit in this ball game. 1-2 pitch on a line to left, but foul. That went off the bat at 97, but out in front of the 75-mile-per-hour pitch. He had 7 multi-hit games over his first 14 in the month of August. Does have a hit tonight. If he can get a second one here, could extend the Otters' lead. 1-2, fouled off of himself. Count stays at 1-2. Although he did single with Wilbanks at second his last time up, but didn't score him. Brown stepping back in. Count still 1-2. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Evansville leads 2-0. Still searching for this first hit since the 3rd inning. Maeda sets and delivers the 1-2 in the dirt. Good take there from Brown. Count evens up at 2-2. Brown has played in every single game in the month of August, by the way. They've played now 19 games, including tonight. He's played in 19. Maeda sets, delivers the 2-2. Swung on, another line shot foul to the left side. Count stays at 2-2. couple of pitches that have been around the black that he's hit the ball well, but again, the off-speed pitch that he's just out in front of. Not able to stay back enough. Maeda agrees and sets. Towards the next 2-2. Flare into the right side of foul territory. It's going to land foul, and Brown stays alive. Count still 2-2. So good battle here from Brown. Not going down easily here in the 7th. Again, chance to add with that runner in scoring position. Maeda trying to find the put-away pitch against Graham Brown here. Agrees and sets. Now time called by Graham Brown. He resets everything. Trying to slow down the at-bat. He steps back in. Maeda looking in again. Agreeing and setting. Delivers the next 2-2. Swung on a miss. Got him swinging on a pitch in the dirt. That'll do it for the Otters here in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Evansville still leads by 2 here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Braden Scott out there for his 8th inning of work, trying to find his longest outing of the year, trying to find the longest outing for Evansville all year. He has pitched 7 scoreless innings, hasn't walked anybody, he struck out 10. He's given up 7 hits, but as we mentioned, 6 of them have either been infield singles or bloop or a straight-up pop-up that should have been caught. So by no means has he been hit hard. And so that's why Andy McCauley's sticking with his stud on the mound. He's already set the single-season strikeout record for Evansville, passing Andre Simpson, a record that was set all the way back in 2005. First pitch to Michael Sandel finds the zone for strike 1. The Otters bullpen does get up and warm now, just getting ready just in case. And again, Sandel, a guy you'd be happy facing here with no one on. The 0-1 pitch, backdoor breaker, finds the zone, make it 0-2. Windy City's team leader in home runs at 16 this year. A .289 batting average tonight, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a ground out. On the ground towards first, Pierce plays it in on a hop, takes it himself in time for out number 1. The second time he's grounded out to Pierce. With the one away, it'll bring up Darrell Ruiz. He's 1 for 2. He had the one clean hit through the infield. That was well hit. He's reached twice tonight. He's never made it past first base, however. Here's the first pitch to him. Front door breaker. Just didn't quite break enough. Make it 1-0. He has gone 125 pitches at one point this year. 1-0 pitch. That one does break enough to find the front door, make it 1-1. That was pitch 115 for him. 1-1 front door breaker. Finds the zone on the outside corner. All of a sudden starting to break in the curveball here. Ruiz now behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Braden Scott. Throws his bat out there just to foul it off and stay alive. Longest outing from a starter this year is 7 innings. Gonzalez has gone 7. Braden Scott's gone 7 innings, 2 straight outings here at Bosse Field. Those guys have kind of been trading 7-inning outings back and forth over the last month and a half or so. He's 10 strikeouts, still no walks. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strikeout number 11.
That's it. Your back-to-back strikeout.
2 away, and brings up Christian Kazimka.
Designated hitter 14, Christian Kuzemka.
Scratch that, looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter. It is very hard to tell the number because these dark gray on dark blue uniforms. First pitch swinging, hit well to center, sending Brown back to the track. That one's at the wall. That one is gone. Pinch hitter Carlos Pena sends one deep and gets on the board.
Carlos Pena. Hard to read those Windy City jerseys.
So his first at bat against Braden Scott goes deep. It's now a 2-1 lead for Evansville, but again, company feel comfortable with how the bullpen's pitched. Now steps in Oscar Serrato. Scott still in the mound, ready to go. First pitch, backdoor breaker, finds the zone, make it 0-1. Carlos Pena was the former Indiana State Sycamore that joined Windy City. Just his 7th appearance, he's now hit 3 home runs. That one misses outside, make it 1-1. He's made quite the first impression. Again, didn't start tonight against the lefty Scott, but showing maybe he should have. 1-1 backdoor breaker, chopped towards short. Tavares plays it. Throw to first is in time. That'll do it for the Thunderbolts here in the 8th. They do get a run on the solo shot from Carlos Pena. But the Otters take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Windy City call to the bullpen is Nolan Lemire. Lemire on the mound. Beetle behind the plate. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-479-1000. Garrett Crowley up and warming to close out this game, but Evansville, JT Benson due up against Lemire. Will try to add some runs. First pitch misses low and wide for ball 1. Scott, one mistake pitch to Carlos Pena. The first pitch he saw took deep. the one run he gave up tonight. Again, didn't really give up too many hard hit balls. That pitch missed outside, make it 2-0. Windy City got 8 hits off of him, but let me tell you, those were a ton of lucky hits. There's Lemire. It's a 2-0 count to Benson. So he swings through that one on the slow changeup. Make it 2-1. The Otters have seen Lemire before, but not with Windy City. They saw him with New York. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one hit on a line to left. That one's going to be caught by Serratos for out number 1. Evansville unfortunately hits the ball well, can't find any open space. One away, it's L.J. Jones. Lemire making his 7th appearance for Windy City. He's pitched to a 1.92 ERA in 4 2/3 innings so far. Here's the first pitch to Jones. Breaker, called strike 1 on the outside edge, make it 0-1. Chopped foul off of Jones's foot. Immediately went down in the batter's box. He's down 0-2. Looks like he's all right as he walks around the batter's circle. Lemire pitched with New York, made 36 appearances, pitched to a 6.29 ERA. Evansville saw him and hit him well the last time they saw him. Like to do it again, but already out. Again, well hit off the bat of J.T. Benson, but unfortunately right to the left fielder Serratos. And now Jones behind 0-2. Lemire comes set. The side arm delivers the 0-2 pitch. Got Jones swinging at the curveball, and there's 2 away. After a couple quick outs, it'll bring up Keenan Taylor. Evansville just 4 hits in the game. Haven't got a hit since Stephen Paolini's double in the 3rd. Thankfully, on the other end, Braden Scott has been shut down for most of the game. In 1 mistake pitch, the damage done on him. First pitch to Taylor. Front door breaker didn't break enough, make it 1-0. Lemire in his age 25 season, his 3rd professional season after finishing up his college career at George Mason. Slow changeup, founds the zone, makes it 1-1. Doesn't throw the ball hard at all, just lives on catching the corners. 1-1 takes that one low as Taylor, make it 2-1. Played between Chicago and Winnipeg in 23, between Fargo, Moorhead, and Great Falls in 24, and then between New York and Windy City here in 25. Was recently picked up. He's immediately become big-time arm out of the bullpen. Pitch misses, make it 3-1. Again, a lot of arms got moved away from Windy City. Buddy Pendle, Greg Duncan, Caleb Rydell, just to name a few. Trying to rebuild this team, and after they sold at the deadline. Similar to Evansville after they finished their Canada trip, just a complete rebuild. Here's a 3-1 delivery to Taylor. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 4. 2-out base runner for Evansville. The Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar will extend the inning to Stephen Paolini. Paolini 1 for 3. He's reached twice. He's scored a run. He has an RBI. This will ground it out to second. The Otters trying to extend their 1-run lead. They lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Garrett Crowley is awaiting in the bullpen. He's been lights out. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Of course, it always feel better giving your closer an extra run to work with, just in case. We saw Braden Scott, 1 mistake pitch changes the ball game. Here's the 1-0. Hit well to right. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Taylor rounding second. They're going to hold him there. Throw's going to come in to second. It's going to go all the way to third. Back-to-back base runners for Evansville. Paolini's second hit of the night. Extends the inning to J.J. Cruz. .
Second baseman, number 17, J.J. Cruz.
Cruz tonight 0 for 3. He'd love to turn that around here. A couple of quick outs for Lemire and then a walk. And now that single from Paolini. Here's the first pitch to him. Swinging out in front of it. Fouls it off. Here's at 0-1. Otters trying to add. Now have a runner in scoring position on this 2-out rally. Here's the 0-1. Out in front of that one. Fouls it off, make it 0-2. So went swinging at those first two pitches. Now Cruz has to fight from behind. He's got to try to be deliberate with the swings here. Lemire's going to try to get him to chase. Taylor leads off second, Paolini off first. Here's the 0-2. That one in the dirt, gets past the catcher, Beadle. He's going to go to second. Paolini got a late stump. He's stuck in the middle. Taylor's kind of waiting. Paolini running back to first. He's going to get in time. He is not. They call him out. And Paolini gets caught on the base paths, and we head to the ninth. Take a short break here in the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Smile on Down Syndrome has been providing a bright hope for tomorrow to the tri-state region for 25 years, providing smiles, support, and programs for individuals with Down syndrome while raising community awareness to create a brighter world that accepts and understands people with Down syndrome. Learn more now at smileondownsyndrome.org. Smile on Down Syndrome is planning a Rockin' Extra Smile Mile celebrating 24 years of walks to support individuals rocking that extra 21st chromosome on Saturday, October 4th at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. This event will rock your socks off with a vendor mall, food trucks, face painting, special guest appearances, a Rockin' Extra talent show, and more. To learn more about how to rock at the walk or how to become an event sponsor or even to make a donation, visit smileondownsyndrome.org or text 812-449-6049 for more information. This sponsored event is open to the entire tri-state community. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
North on top of Castle 21-6. Modern Day leads Central 28-7.
Otters called to the bullpen is Garrett Crowley. Crowley on the mound, behind the plate, Cone Wilbanks. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repairs. Find your battery needs the Answer Auto Repairs, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call 812-475-9000. Garrett Crowley enters to make his fifth save of the season, and man, has he been excellent out of the Otters back into the bullpen. 8 outings this year for Evansville, a .93 ERA, 4 saves, 17 strikeouts to no walks, giving up just 6 hits. And he is, in his last 5 appearances, recorded 15 straight outs. 4 of those ended in saves. One of them was a 9th inning where they had an 8-3 lead against Mississippi. The other 4 ended up in saves. That first one being a 7-6 win over Mississippi. He'll face Cam Phelps to start this inning, a guy you really don't want to get on the base pass. Otters lead 2-1, slim lead. First pitch, backdoor breaker, finds the zone, and he starts out in front 0-1. Crowley with Quebec pitched in 24 games to a 2.05 ERA, earned 1 save with them. On the year overall in 32 games, a 1.75 ERA. 0-1, checked his swing. He did not go to the first base umpire, make it 1-1. Pitched an immaculate inning back on the 10th against these Windy City Thunderbolts. It was the one time in an Otters uniform he's given up a run, 3 of them, but only 1 of them was earned. Here's the 1-1. Backdoor breaker, finds the zone. Feltz can't pull the trigger, make it 1-2. In that outing, went 1 2/3. They try to extend him a little bit more to see what he can do, but again, just went in there and gave up a couple of runs late in that outing for him. But other than that, he's been excellent. They need him to be excellent here. He's got Feltz at 1 and 2, called time. Now he steps back in. The switch hitting right fielder who's got a ton of speed. Crowley comes set. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing, went fastball below the zone. Make it 2 and 2. Pitched the first 2 games in Washington, was not available for game 3. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3, got him out of the off speed. German American Bank strikeout for Garrett Crowley, and there's 1 away. Over his last 3 outings, now including this one, he's now struck out 9 of the 10 batters he's faced. With 1 away, Garrett Broussard steps up. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Just trying to find a way to get to Crowley, who has been unhittable with Evansville. First pitch swinging, fouled it up and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Counts 0-1. Broussard is seen fight quite a bit tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Out in front of that off speed. Make it 0-2. Seen Crowley go with his curve sweeper type pitch. He's got a changeup. He's got a fastball up at 94 miles per hour, and he mixes them all up beautifully. Now he's got Broussard at 0-2. Comes set from the stretch and delivers. Swung on and missed. Went with the fastball and blew it by him. There's 2 away for Garrett Crowley. His second German American Bank strikeout of the inning, and now it is up to Josh Gibson. Final hope for Windy City in this ball game. Gibson tonight is 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Again, the one time he reached was on a pop-up that frankly should have been caught, was just overrun by J.J. Cruz. It's a little bit into no man's land, don't get me wrong, but just one of those you really want caught. First pitch, fastball at the knees for strike 1. The thing about Crowley is that he came in, a guy who's going to walk a lot of batters but strike out even more, but man, he has really dialed it in. 0-1, line well to left field. It's hooking, it's going to go foul. Gibson got a good hit on that one, but couldn't keep it fair, and the count's 0-2. Windy City down to their final strike. The Otters 1 strike away from tying their all-time franchise win streak. Just fouled off by Gibson. He went with the inside slider. Gibson just able to make contact. Count stays at 0-2. Otters fan getting loud. Crowd of over 4,000. Here to watch the excellent outing from Braden Scott. Chance to finish it from Crowley. Here's the next 0-2. Softly to first. Pierce takes it. It's in time. The Otters have won 9 in a row. 3rd time they've done that in their franchise history. A chance to go for 10 tomorrow. We're going to take a short break, and when we're back, we'll talk more about this game here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Join Smile on Down Syndrome for a rockin' extra experience at their 24th annual Smile Mile Walk on Saturday, October 4th from 9 to noon at the Vanderburgh County 4-H Fairgrounds. Register to walk or donate by visiting smileondownsyndrome.org and come ready to rock it out for an extra spectacular time. All ages and abilities welcome. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Welcome into the Papa John's post-game show. Remember, the Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and post-game shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. The Evansville Otters, winners of 9 in a row. Same season where they lost 12 in a row. They also had a losing streak of 8 at one point. That 12 was just one short of the franchise record. Well, they've tied the all-time winning streak record. Just the third time Evansville's won 9 games in a row. They have a chance to break it tomorrow. Don't have a full update on who the pitcher will be tomorrow. We'll obviously tell you about that pregame show. Obviously, the post on Twitter will give the starting lineups, and whoever the pitcher will be in there. But let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about the pitcher tonight. Braden Scott once again looked excellent. Braden Scott tonight went 8 innings, allowed just 1 run on a solo shot in the 8th, trying to work through his deep pitch count. Walked nobody tonight, did hit a batter, and struck out 11. Now, he gave up 8 hits. Talked about it during the game. 2 of those were clean, hard hits. You had a single from Ruiz in the 6th inning that was a clean, hard hit up the middle that got past Cruz. And then you had the home run from Carlos Pena. After that, you had about 3 bloop hits, you had 2 infield singles, and you had a pop-up that landed. So, again, of the 6 of the 8 hits, you kind of look at it as like, you kind of throw your arms up and it's not much you can do. Again, I'm not saying they weren't well-placed hits. You had one, I believe it was from, was it Broussard? Or maybe it was Phelps. I don't know. One of them, he kind of just threw his bat up there and placed it well to right field. Like, that's just it's a good piece of hitting, right? But a lot of them, again, they were off kilter. They were off stride a lot of the night. They just weren't able to really make good contact, again, up until that Carlos Pena home run. He was excellent tonight. For Braden Scott, that is now his 4th straight home start where he struck out at least 10 batters. Obviously talked about it tonight. Became the single-season record holder for the amount of strikeouts in a season. Still leads the Frontier League now with 143. He'll be the new benchmark for every Otter to follow suit. And obviously he will continue to up that record as the season goes on. Looks like he'll probably have one more start. And it will be here at Bosse Field, assuming everything stays the same. Obviously, we'll wait and see. But an excellent outing from here. I mean, again, you can't say enough about him as a pitcher because he is just excellent. Every time he goes out there, you feel like you have a really good chance to win. And it was no different tonight. His ERA now down to a 3.43. He's now 7-4. And 120 and 2/3 innings, 143 strikeouts. And his 2nd straight outing, I think this is even bigger, with no walks. That was the big thing. He was not giving up walks. He was attacking these batters, and they could not meet him. And then, of course, talk about Garrett Crowley. 6th straight outing for Garrett Crowley, where he faces the minimum in the 9th inning. His 5th save now for Evansville in just 9 appearances. He has struck out 19 batters, hasn't walked anybody. Over his last 4 appearances, he's faced 12 batters. He struck out 10 of them. I mean, this is incredible stuff. For those that were around in 22, you had Logan Sawyer who was doing this kind of stuff. I mean, this is shut down, back into the bullpen. You can't ask for any better. He has absolutely locked down this final inning for Evansville that you've seen throughout the year was giving them a lot of trouble. Garrett Crowley comes in and immediately he solves that problem, and he has not looked back. He now owns a .84 ERA in 9 appearances with Evansville. Again, 19 strikeouts to no walks. He's given up just 6 hits, and now he's gone 6 straight outings where he's faced the minimum in the 9th inning. 5 of those end up in saves. Offensively for Evansville, it was not the best night. Just 5 hits in the game, 2 of them from Stephen Paolini, who had both the first run of the game and the 2nd RBI of the game. Evansville had some opportunities in the first 2 innings. They stranded runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs and then had bases loaded with 2 outs in the 2nd. And then after that, it really was all pitching for Windy City. Thankfully for Evansville, some defensive mistakes for Windy City allowed them to score. You had Stephen Paolini, who reached on an error, eventually came around to score on the Cohen Wilbank single. And then in the 3rd inning, Kenan Taylor with 1 away, lifted 1 out to left field, and it was dropped by Serratos, again, a play that you need to make as a defense. And then Stephen Paolini Again, big hit from him, doubled, scored. Keenan Taylor was thrown in at third. And then after that, Evansville did not record a hit the rest of the night up until Paolini in the 8th inning, who was also caught stealing 2 in the game offensively for Evansville. So, again, offensively tonight wasn't great, but really for both sides. The offense just wasn't there. Pitching was excellent. Dante Maeda really rebounded after a rough start against Evansville his first time out. Gave up 2 runs, neither of them earned. Did walk 4, gave up 4 hits, but it was excellent. Nolan Lemire also rebounded against Evansville. Different team, but different result for him as well. Hits tonight for Dennis Pierce, for Graham Brown, 2 for Stephen Paolini, also an RBI, and then Cole Wilbanks also had an RBI single as well. He reached on a walk. Wilbanks continues to do what he does. He reached 2 out of 3 times. Continues to raise that OBP on the season. Well, that'll do it for tonight's ballgame. Evansville has now won 9 straight. They'll go for 10 tomorrow. Same place, same time here at Bosse Field. It's Star Wars night, so not wearing the Beersies. It'll be Star Wars jerseys, but, I mean, they're cooler. So, obviously, they got to bring even better luck. That'll be a fun night at the ballpark and a chance to create some even more history. We've seen a lot of history this year. It's obviously not been a great year. You wish you had made the playoffs, but you look at what Braden Scott has done. All-time leader in strikeouts now. The single-season record holder in strikeouts. And now you've at least tied the winning streak record for Otters teams. You chance to go for the lone record tomorrow. You know, and again, in the same season where you had losing streaks of 12-8, this is an incredible bounce back for this team. And even though it won't end in playoffs, you got to imagine it's going to end in some pretty good vibes going into next year. But that'll do it until tomorrow, 6:15. Around that time, we'll start the Papa John's pregame shows. We get set for that game tomorrow. Until then, I'm Lucas Macklin, and as always, Otters fans, have a blessed night.